The Alpha I Was Meant to Hate. Episode 2. The Bond They Couldn't Explain. The first rays of morning sunlight crept over the snow-covered mountains, painting the valley in shades of gold. Lior Vance had barely slept. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the calm expression on Kael Ashford's face. If that is true, then I hope one day you learn who was truly responsible. Those words echoed in his mind. No, Lior whispered to himself as he tightened the straps of his cloak. He's trying to manipulate me. Yet the certainty he'd carried all his life was beginning to crack. The second day of the peace summit began with even greater tension. Leaders from every neighboring pact gathered inside the council hall. Maps covered the large oak table. Small red markers showed where rogue wolves had attacked during the past month. Elder Rowan frowned. They're getting closer. Another elder nodded. Entire villages have disappeared. An alpha from the East Pack slammed his fist on the table. We're wasting time arguing while innocent people are dying. Before anyone could respond, a young scout burst into the hall. Emergency! The room fell silent. The Western Patrol has been attacked. How many? We don't know. But the survivors say the rogues weren't acting alone. Murmurs spread across the room. Kael stood immediately. We leave now. Several alphas nodded. Lior stepped forward. Our healers are coming too. Elder Rowan looked surprised. Lior. If there are survivors, they'll need help. Rowan hesitated before finally agreeing. Very well. Within the hour, a rescue team rode through the snowy forest. Kael led the front. Lior remained near the back with the healers. Neither of them spoke. The silence between them felt heavier than the falling snow. They arrived just before sunset. The patrol camp had been destroyed. Broken wagons. Burned tents. Claw marks covered the frozen ground. Lior knelt beside an injured beta. It's going to be all right. The young man winced. They came out of nowhere. Who? The rogues. He struggled to breathe. But someone was leading them. Lior exchanged a worried glance with Kael. Someone controlling rogue wolves? That had never happened before. A sudden howl echoed through the forest. Every head turned. Another howl answered. Then another. Kael's expression hardened. They're here. Dark figures emerged between the trees. 1, 5, 10. More than 30 rogue wolves surrounded the camp. They're too many, someone shouted. Kael drew his sword. Protect the wounded. The battle erupted. Steel clashed. Snow exploded beneath pounding feet. Lior rushed to pull an injured healer behind an overturned wagon. A rogue lunged toward them. Lior grabbed a fallen spear. His hands trembled. He wasn't a warrior, but he refused to let anyone die. The rogue attacked. Before it could reach him, a flash of silver. Kael stepped between them. His blade blocked the attack effortlessly. Stay behind me. I don't need your protection. Another rogue charged. Kael pushed Lior aside just as sharp claws sliced through the air. The attack missed Lior by inches. Kael countered with incredible speed. The rogue fled into the darkness. Lior stared. He had just saved him. Again. The battle lasted nearly an hour. Eventually, the remaining rogues disappeared into the forest as suddenly as they had arrived. No one celebrated. Too many people had been injured. Too many questions remained unanswered. The survivors gathered inside an abandoned hunting cabin. A fire crackled softly. Outside, snow continued to fall. Inside, silence filled the room. Lior carefully wrapped a bandage around Kael's forearm. You should let one of the healers do this. They're busy. Kael smiled faintly. So are you. Lior didn't answer. He focused on tying the bandage. After a long silence, Kael finally spoke. You fought bravely today. I was terrified. So was everyone. Lior looked up. You weren't. Kael laughed quietly. I was. You didn't look afraid. My father always said. Kael stared into the fire. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to protect others anyway. Lior found himself smiling before quickly looking away. Why did talking to Kael feel so easy? A loud crash interrupted the quiet. The cabin door burst open. One of the scouts stumbled inside. We found something. Everyone followed him outside. Hidden beneath the snow was the body of a rogue wolf. But something caught Kael's attention. Around the rogue's neck was a strange black pendant marked with a crimson wolf. Lior frowned. I've never seen that symbol before. Neither had Kael. Elder Rowan's face suddenly turned pale. No! Kael noticed immediately. You recognize it. Rowan hesitated. I hoped I'd never see it again. What is it? Rowan looked around nervously. A long time ago, there was another pack. They believed every alpha should rule by force. They disappeared after a terrible war. Kael examined the pendant. You think they've returned? I pray I'm wrong. Later that night, unable to sleep, Lior stepped outside. The moon hung high above the mountains. Fresh snow sparkled beneath its light. He heard footsteps behind him. Kael. Again. I had a feeling you'd be out here. Lior folded his arms. You always seem to find me. Or maybe fate keeps putting us in the same place. Lior rolled his eyes. I don't believe in fate. Kael smiled. I didn't either. They stood together in silence. The cold wind brushed past them. Without thinking, Lior slipped slightly on the icy ground. Kael caught his arm before he could fall. For a brief moment, their hands remained together. Neither moved. Neither spoke. The world around them seemed strangely quiet. Then something unexpected happened. A soft silver glow appeared beneath their joined hands. It lasted only a second, but they both saw it. Lior quickly pulled away. What? Kael stared at his own hand. I don't know. Neither of them understood what they had witnessed. Hidden behind the trees, the cloaked stranger watched the glowing light with a satisfied smile. So, the bond has begun to awaken, but neither of them knows it yet. The stranger disappeared into the darkness before anyone noticed. Far above, the full moon shone brighter than ever, as though silently watching the two rivals whose destinies were becoming impossible to escape. To be continued. Crescent Moon, thanks for watching episode 2. The mysterious silver light, the strange pendant, and the growing connection between Kael and Lior can no longer be ignored. Was it just a coincidence? Or has destiny already begun to bind them together? If you enjoyed this episode, like this video, comment below. Do you think Kael and Lior are fated mates? Tell us your theory. Share this episode with your fellow BL fans. Subscribe to Loveverse BL and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Episode 3, The Secret Beneath the Moon, is coming soon. In the next episode, an ancient journal uncovers shocking secrets about the feud between the Ashford and Vance families. As Kael and Lior search for the truth, a hidden enemy prepares to strike before they can expose the lies. Don't miss episode 3, it changes everything.